What's up guys, I'm Truman Lee, and today I'm going to be showing you the best arm care for pitchers in 2022. So first I'll go over some of the products that are good to have. First of all, you're going to need a set of J-bands. Very important. This is the most important thing on this list. Second of all, you have to get some driveline weighted balls. These are also really important on the list. But this is another product that's good to have. They come with 6, and I believe these are like $65. The J-bands are about $45. And first of all, I use J-bands. You gotta find some different exercises that work good for you with J-bands. I personally have like 6 to 8 exercises that I do, I believe, with these, and that usually takes me about 5 minutes or so. I go about 10 to 15 reps with each of these. And one important thing to remember with J-bands is that quality over quantity. You want to be able to be getting the best quality reps with these over just like, you know what I mean? lots of people just do that with their J-bands, and it doesn't actually do anything. Find a chain link fence or some type of wire that you can use. And also another thing is to make sure that you have the J-bands strapped to your wrist, because that helps you a lot. If you just hold them, it doesn't work as good. I don't know what most of these stretches are called, but I'll just show them to you. And I like to do 10 of them down, so I'll do this. And then finally, I like to go up. It's kind of like a Y shape. And the next thing that I do is I just turn around and then I do the exact same thing. So the next thing that I like to do is just take one of these and then just do some basic elbow, internal, external rotation stuff. And then I just turn around and do it with the other side. I only do this with my throwing arm, just for these ones. And then next, I like to switch bands just to make sure my bands don't get worn out. And then I just do my pitching motion. Usually I would have the bands up higher for this, kind of at my release point. And that's it for J-bands. So next up, I like to do my weighted ball drills. Weighted ball drills help you get warmed up, and they also help increase your arm strength. So that means your velocity increases as well, which is always good. You can never throw too hard. I recommend grabbing some type of like a foam pad or something. I have this random piece of turf. And then you're gonna put your arm side knee down on your pad. Make sure you have something to throw into. You can also do this on like a chain link fence, some sort of like a hard concrete wall, or just like a net like me. And I like to take the green driveline ball with this. If you're a little bit older, then lots of those guys will use the black ball for this. I prefer the green ball just because I'm not as strong as them. So this is the first drill. I usually do 10 of these. I do about 10 to 15 reps for almost everything. And you want to have your arm side knee down, and then you're just going to reach forward and throw the ball back into the net. And the key with this is to make sure that your leg isn't going like this when you're doing it. You want to keep your legs stationary, so that way you can get your hips engaged. I hate doing this with a net because it's pretty hard to go and get the ball, so I just like to throw into the corner of the net. And for these, you just want to be at about 60%. You don't want to go too hard on these, because obviously this is just a warm-up. So for this next drill, I like to use the green ball as well. So this one, you're gonna have your arm side foot forward and your glove side foot back. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna turn your upper half while keeping your hips straight at your target. And then you're gonna release your hips first and then throw the ball. And that's why it sucks using a net. The blue ball also works pretty well for this. And the blue ball also isn't going to knock over my net, so I might just use this one for now. But this one really helps with your hip to shoulder separation, and I really recommend it if you're trying to work on that. So for this next one, I also like to use the blue ball. This is another good one for your hip to shoulder separation. I start in the stretch, and then I take one step with my arm side foot, one step with my glove side foot. And the important part is that when you step with your glove side foot, you want your hips to stay open like that, pointing at your target. I make sure to straighten my left leg so that way I can fully activate my hips. So this is the last one that I like to do. It's just a little crow hop drill. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a step behind and then throw, making sure to maintain that hip to shoulder separation. The next thing that I do is I start warming up with the pink/orange/red ball. This is 225 gram ball. This one is just like slightly heavier than a baseball by just like a little bit, so this is a good one to warm up with. But if you want to throw and play catch with a weighted ball, it's perfectly fine. Just don't throw it your hardest. That is my essential warm-up routine for 2022 for all the pitchers out there. You can even do this if you're like an infielder or an outfielder, because this also helps you gain velocity no matter what position you play. So that's how I warm up, and then I just go. But also do your basic stretching first. Go stretch your legs out, stretch your arm, stretch your hips out, whatever you need to do. But that's all for warming up, and now I'm going to get to the recovery process. So after you're done pitching, you enter like a phase called the recovery phase. So most of the time your arm's probably going to be a little bit sore after pitching. Mine is usually like a little bit sore, but not usually a ton. And so the thing that I like to start off with is I have this EvoShield DNA arm sleeve. Sorry, it's like the wrong way. There you go. I made a review on this a little while ago, and this arm sleeve is specifically for recovery. It has like a certain pattern on it that helps with the recovery of your arm, and you just put it on like a normal arm sleeve. It's a little bit longer, so that way it can go like all the way up to your armpit. It's really comfortable and it's really soft, and I recommend this as step one because this helps recover your arm a little bit quicker. And I recommend having the arm sleeve on for however many pitches you threw times 1.5. So like if I threw 50 pitches, then I would have it on for 75 minutes because 50 times 1.5 equals 75. And yeah, you get the point. And then you can take it off after that if you want to. And step two, you want to massage your arm. So I have this random cheap massage gun that we got off of Amazon. It's Ocon brand. I think this only costs like 20 or 30 bucks, so it's a good budget option if you want to. Or you could get like a cheap foam roller for like 5 or 10 bucks. I use this also, it's pretty good. You can also use it before you pitch too. I recommend that if you have enough time. But some of the main places that you want to hit is your forearm, and then obviously all around your shoulder and to your back. And then you can also do like your tricep area. But the number one thing is don't do it right on the bones of your elbow and like just slightly above that. Don't do it right here, because this is the place that you get Tommy John surgery, and nobody wants that, obviously. And so if you hit this nerve right behind your elbow too much, then that's what leads to Tommy John. And obviously do it on the rest of your body if you need it. So step 3 is going to be heat. Now, for years, people have always said that you should ice your arm after you pitch, and that is not true. You should only ice your arm if your arm is like physically hurting. If it's just sore, then I recommend using heat on like your elbow and your shoulder. Don't do like an ice bath. Don't put an ice pack on your elbow. It's like really not good, because what the ice packs do is after you're done pitching, it just like completely slows down your whole arm, and then it makes it harder to warm up the next time because all of the muscles and all the nerves are all frozen. And if you use heat, then it helps those muscles and nerves stay activated, so that way your body can repair itself the way that it needs to. So the biggest takeaway from this video, don't ice. It's really bad for you. Unless your arm hurts. You can ice if your arm hurts. And other than that, there's not much else to it other than using J-bands and weighted balls. You can do the exact same routine as I showed you earlier. The day after you're done pitching, I don't recommend playing catch unless it's like a tournament and you have games the next day. And one of my last tips is right after you're done pitching. So after you're done pitching, I also recommend doing some conditioning stuff, like doing some sprints and some jogging for like 5 to 10 minutes. That helps take the stress off of your arm, and that's also something that you can do the day after you pitch, and it's really good too. But anyways, I hope that this video helped you out, and I hope that all of your arms stay healthy and that none of you have to get Tommy John surgery. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.